Guys, thanks for being here. We are here with the champions from the Rocket Street Grand Series, the new players added to the RLCS. I'm here with Renan Tander, also with a bunch of people that make it possible to have streams in Portuguese, in English, and in Spanish. So I'm here with Alternix, Bicharo, Dex, El General, Omer. So we have a bunch of people. We're just gonna be talking about a little bit about what just happened. What just happened? You know that's it. That the news that we have teams for the RLCS. So I want to first congratulate Tander and Renan and guys, just are you still processing this information? Are you still trying to figure out what just happened, or are you happy, or do you understand what's going on in your lives? How this is a game changing experience?
Yeah,
You
we're
first.
happy, but it's too much, I think, for the first day. It's gonna take at least a week.
Well, the good news is you have a month, so that's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we need the fee.
You guys,
The fees.
go ahead, Renan, my bad.
No, my bad. No, you can say my bad.
You,
I'm nervous.
you're nervous. You just played the biggest series in your life. You had an extremely tough series against Erodium. You had the grand finals to have a number one seed, and you're telling me you're nervous for being here. Whatever. Let's go back. Let's go back. I wanna go back to that series against Erodium. You were up 3-0. You were doing everything fine. You were it seemed to me like Card was a little bit nervous. Am I right?
I
Everyone
think
was
we were,
nervous, to be honest. You can't not be nervous at this point. It's just one win and $15,000
Yeah.
in a free.
The thing is, it seemed like Card wasn't making the shots that he usually makes. So the good news was that Thunder was really aggressive in the offense, and Renan, you were really like cleaning the messes. Like if someone had a close shot but not close enough, you will be there to put it on the net. I thought that was really good of you. And Thunder, you were just really aggressive. Was that something you were like? I have never seen Thunder so aggressive against Erodium. Was that something you were trying? Like you were going for that, or?
Yeah.
It's
We changed it this week. We're trying to be more aggressive, especially against Inks, because we were losing against
after
them.
losing to Young TZ.
Yeah. So we tried and it worked.
Try to
That
draw more
was-
pressure and punishments.
Yeah, what I wanna ask you guys, like, what did you guys think when you lost that super long overtime? Because that was the start of almost a reverse sweep against you, and that must have been like fear in your hearts.
Yeah, to be honest, it was-
scary.
Yeah, it was 3-0 for us, so it was a little bit relaxing there.
Mhm.
We just lost one game, it was 3-1. We still had more 3 games to just win one. The most scary one was before the card double tap in the last match.
I think they figured us out after the overtime, so they're playing much better.
Yes,
Yeah.
but after this, we started to receive so much pressure and lose every single challenge. So
Yeah.
much space.
So-
Which
So I mean, you're down. You were down on the last game. You didn't score anything for those 3 games. I think the 3 games that Erodium won, you didn't score anything.
I think we scored 11.
Yeah, I think they scored 1 or 2 max.
They scored 2. Yeah, 2.
And then you were down on the last match. I think it was 2-0 maybe.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and Card made the first shot. I mean, I think that was a game changer. I think that was a point where you said,
Yes.
"Holy shit, we're down. We're gonna lose this if we don't do anything." And Card just said, "Well, let me put everything on my
Let's
shoulders and
go."
start score."
Yeah, save this.
Um, I was really impressed because up to he, the weird thing is that Card was making a lot of points on the scoreboard. If you look at the scoreboard after the match, he had a lot of points, but he wasn't scoring a lot. Then on that match, he decided to start scoring. I'm saying he decided. I don't think he, there's another way to say it, but
He's glitch.
he's clutch. He's really clutch,
Yes.
and
One
it's
thing is,
Mhm.
he just takes every opportunity to score.
So I was really glad to see him score like that because I was telling Alter that I don't think, since you were so aggressive, Thunder, I thought to myself, well, maybe Card doesn't need to be aggressive because you are being aggressive. So he can play a little bit more defensively and just be a playmaker. And that's fine. It's fine as long as it works. But I said once it doesn't work, I think he will go back to being aggressive and start making shots, and that's what happened right there. So I was blown away when he made the first goal. Then 11 seconds left on the match, you were down 2-1, and he tied the match. So that was like, okay, Card is really back. He is really trying to get this game on. It was. Like you said, there was no way you could not be nervous. So it seems like he was able to get everything away, like take all the nervousness away from himself. And then you guys, felt like a little bit of a...
Yes,
Yes.
we take it so much energy. I don't know, moral.
We were confident again after
Yes.
Awesome. Then you were confident
The
against
victory
Ints.
coming.
How was your match against Ints? Anything, like, was it way different than the one from the Erodium in terms of nerves and stuff like that?
Yeah, it was less things because we all have the
Yesterday's-
spot guarantee.
Yes, yesterday was this. Yesterday we almost lose it too. But today was this.
So,
Yeah. That extra confidence, I guess, coming in clutch. If I can ask the Tether as
Go
well
ahead.
specifically, because you scored the actual qualifying goal itself. Like, how do you specifically felt after scoring that? And like, I guess how much celebration there was after that goal finally got you in the World
Yeah, we
Championship.
screamed so much after that. And,
Thunder celebrates so weak. I started to hit my bench and screaming so much.
Yeah, that's nice to hear. So yeah, I like all that emotion now that you guys are gonna bring, like, and that clutch factor as well. Like, you guys are gonna have like some really tough opponents in the World Championship now, but you have a lot of time to prepare as well. Like, how confident are you guys as well coming in now with the crown of South America as well in your hands?
yeah, I think we can surprise Europe and North America. I think they won't be expecting much from us. So maybe we can take the first games and they'll start feeling nervous. So I don't know. Maybe we can do it.
Yes,
one thing...
is we don't think we will win, so we have less pressure.
I mean, that helps sometimes. Yeah, actually.
Yes.
Well, one thing is you can surprise them on the first match. You can surprise them on the first series because no one, maybe a lot of them are not paying attention to you guys right now. But if you win that first series, everyone will be looking at you afterwards. Like all the pressure is gonna be on you after. They're not gonna,
That's true.
they're not gonna be taking you lightly. They're gonna take you as a contender.
We still have pressure from the region because everyone will be cheering for us here in South America. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be on the RLCS, and I'm gonna make a shirt of you and Ints of both. I'm gonna have a shirt of both of you guys. So
No pressure, by the way.
I mean, it's only one guy, whatever. But
It's fine. I'm actually already like, I honestly would not be surprised at all if there's multiple Brazil flags on the stadium, because honestly I could totally see people going there like to
Yeah, that's
support
true.
the region, and they definitely should be proud about not just Loki obviously, but also NTZ, which they did an amazing job.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
it's
I wanna-
yeah, go ahead, sorry.
I want to ask you guys, now that the season is over and now that you are the champions of South America, what did you think about the season as a whole, did you see like the region getting better? Did you think the tournament was getting better? How do you feel the tournament was?
I think like it was really interesting the top four, but
Yeah.
I think next season hopefully it's gonna be closer between all the 8 teams.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
RCS makes the region more compatible and more.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
so
what I've
everyone
been.
was practicing.
Yeah, that's what something like I've like mostly from the sidelines, but from watching like South American play for multiple years already, right? That was something I always said that the RLCS would bring to the region. It's just like that incentive to really make the competition grow or the region grow even further. And it's like I think you could tell even just as the season went on from the open qualifiers until the very end, right? Every single team got better.
Definitely, I was really impressed with you guys and with Ints because, I mean, if people don't remember, you were La Química basically, right? You were, um,
Yes, you can say.
yeah. I mean, you split La Química, which was a top 3 team back then, and you make Ints and Low Key. And now by splitting a top 3 team, you got a top 1
Yeah.
and top 2 of the region. How does that work? I mean, how does that work? How can you? Were you expecting that really? I mean, were you really thinking that will happen?
I thought we would be better than La Química, but I didn't expect that from it, honestly.
Because-
And about
But-
TZ, EJ got so good in some months before RCS. It was getting
They didn't start
good
it well.
best.
I mean, I was surprised because like Ints had Matix, which is a fairly new player. I mean, we have seen Happy and we have seen Pijota for a long time, but Matix is fairly new. I mean, he had some talent, but he wasn't a player that I will consider elite in South America. And when they first mentioned, we're teaming up with Matix, I was like, okay, he's a good player, but how far can they go in such a small time? And I was really impressed with him. Right now, like he's blowing my mind every single time. He's been getting better. He's getting more chemistry with Happy and with Pejota. So it's looking really good with them. But still, not good enough against Loki, it seems. Pregunta Sub Fes algo. I don't know if I said that right.
Play-
Fassi just asked if their sub did something.
Fasi,
they
you
wanted to
will know
play
that.
the-
You
the
will know that.
finals. They wanted to play the first match.
Fasi, you look good in the BBL LAN. You look good there. That's all I'm gonna say. You were in the cameras. You look good.
Cheering for us.
Yes. Actually, you had more airtime than Tander. That was impressive. General, Omer, do you want to ask something? General is not even listening. Good for him.
I'm just kind of still just this is really cool to get to like hear you guys kind of talk about it and just hear how you felt going through some of the games as you were playing them. I guess my one biggest question is did you guys when you were playing against Erodium and we can talk day and night about going to game 7, but what is it like in the middle of the game? Are you guys still trying to talk to each other and keep each other calm, or
Yeah, definitely.
do you just kind of everything just stays the way it was, or was somebody freaking out and do you want to call out that person for freaking out kind of thing?
Yeah, sometimes you say like stay calm and like sometimes it happens you concede and like someone makes a mistake and they feel a little disappointed, but
Yes, we were a little
we are used to
unorganized.
it.
And said we stopped to come sometimes,
Mhm.
and it
It's
makes
a whole new level
Yes.
yes, but we are used to it, the competition. I think we
And it's
can-
not a feeling you can practice, right? Like that's not just that kind of pressure is never something anybody's going to
Yeah,
get used
yeah.
to. So, do you think this helps you going to LAN, or do you think you're gonna approach when you get to LAN and settle in? Like, are you gonna approach it as this is, you know, just a fresh start? You know, you're not worried about pressure. Like you said, you guys aren't expecting to win, but part of you has to. I think everybody
Yeah,
that
yeah.
competes expects to win. So
You better win. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, we'll be playing every match to win, so even if you lose, it won't be as much of a disappointment, but we're still playing to win.
Yes, we were looking just to qualify to RCS. If we will lose to Erodium the first match, we was planning to still focus and get the win versus GMTZ.
Yeah, I also want to ask you guys. I won't ask you about Cloud9 and PSG specifically because that's not fair right now. But I want to ask you, like, how do you feel you guys can play against the other regions? Because I know you guys play ranked in NA, and I know you guys
Yeah.
scrim against some teams from NA. So I want to ask you guys, how do you feel? Do you feel you can like really surprise enough teams to make it out of groups, maybe?
I think we can, but never know, especially at LAN.
Yeah,
It's
that's-
really different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really difficult and different.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
everyone has some days. If we're playing well, we can.
Yeah, I also believe you can, guys. So go do it.
I think the whole of Brazil and even the rest of South America believes that as well. No
yeah,
pressure.
I believe you can. Yeah, I believe.
But yeah, I think overall though, like these matches as well was like especially important. Just because, I mean, yeah, the 4-0 would probably be better for their hearts, but I guess like just getting through this difficulty is good in a way because very likely they'll face some similar nerves and hurdles on the LAN itself. So just having this opportunity already to grow, I feel is better. I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys agree with me or not, but.
Yeah, we learn a lot from it.
I think as long as you get top 4, I'm good with you. Okay, that's that's
That's
all I
a
want.
lot.
I
As
don't
long
care.
as you get top 1, you guys have to be world champions, okay, guys? It's
I-
fine. I have to see a Loki versus ENTZ Grand Finals as well.
You
No.
can dream about.
I'll
No,
dream,
guys,
definitely.
just I mean what we were saying in the stream is that we've been working for this for 3 years now. You know, we have been really putting ourselves into this, and when I say we, I'm talking about Rocket Street and you guys, because there's a lot of players that actually, you know, decided to leave the scene. They decided to, well, this is too complicated. RLCS is never gonna come to us, and we're not gonna be waiting anymore. So we're leaving, and you guys decided to stay. You know, you guys trusted not only Rocket Street but the other organizations that were working, and you decided, you know, let's compete, let's grow as players, let's definitely, you know, be prepared for this moment. So I am really thankful for you guys for being such good competitors and having hope, you know, that this day will come. So this is a win. This today is a really big win for everyone in the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Question for Loki boys. Yes, they're taking questions. How did you guys feel when Erodium was getting close to a reverse sweep? I think we answered that one a little bit, right?
Scary.
That's scary.
Scared.
Yeah.
Communication. We were losing every challenge and being forgot the name, but we felt boost.
Yeah.
It was crazy because it seems like Kaio changed from Octane to Dominus, and then all of a sudden, you know,
Yeah.
he's faster than ever. He's more
Yeah,
accurate than ever.
actually-
He's-
Kyle just
Kaio was hacking. That was that was insane.
so good.
Yeah. If I can ask another question as well, I actually want to fast forward a bit, even outside of the World Championship, now that finally South America has a bigger international presence. Not you guys. It's gonna take a while, but DreamHack Montreal as well. There's gonna be a
Oh, yeah.
South American qualifier, right?
Mhm.
Like, do you guys think? I mean, I know it's still a long ways off, so a lot can change in the meantime. But do you guys think you'll be able to win that qualifier? And even if you don't, do you think there's any chance that maybe with this added support, attention, and just the skill in the South American teams that maybe you or as any other South American teams can make it to that LAN?
I think we can, but I think the gap between North American and Europe and South America is gonna get shorter as time progresses. So
Yeah.
Montreal is, I think, September.
I think
I'll double check. Yeah, it's September exactly.
So there's a long time. We can improve a lot still. And if, like, we're still really close, in terms of talent, I think we can improve a lot.
I honestly hope that whether or not you guys qualify, that you do find a way to get to something like DreamHack Montreal, because
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
not only to be there and compete, but I think there's little things, right? Like my personal belief is things like travel, having to take,
Yes.
12, 14-hour flights and
Everyone's
things like
so
that.
bad.
Exactly. if,
Change the
if
player
RLCS goes
expert
back to
of-
Europe, and you guys are going to be, Sam is going to be there again, and you guys are going to be now one of the favorites to go, not just this time, but the next time.
Mhm.
And I think the more experience you can get with long travel and, staying at the top of your game while, living out of a hotel for a week and a half, like things like that, is just going to help you, and it's going to make
Meeting
future
pro
RLCS
players.
easier. So
Yeah.
I think take advantage, take every opportunity that you can,
Yep.
because you'll always be able to learn from them. That's just
Oh.
like my one advice to you guys.
Hopefully Loki can provide that support as well. I think NTZ already is like giving a lot of support to their players. Correct me if I'm wrong, but apparently they were playing today and yesterday on a gaming house. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if they
Yeah,
were there
yeah,
for
that's true.
longer. So
That's true.
yeah, like honestly, I love that kind of support already. I thought we'd get to that point, right? But it take maybe another season before we'd get to that point. But I'm really excited that orgs like NTZ and Loki as well are just getting in quickly and just helping you guys grow as much as fast as
Yeah.
as you possibly can. So
Yeah,
I
with,
think-
with the amount of money you just made, you can go to Valencia.
I don't think they can they sign up still? I don't,
don't
know.
know.
But I mean, that would be amazing, honestly. I'd be super happy, especially because it's next door to me, basically. So, if you guys want to come, I'm happy.
We're gonna have General over there too, so El Gene is gonna be there,
Oh,
and hopefully,
okay.
hopefully we can figure out something with him. I don't know. I think we mentioned that before. We talked with him about it, and he said that it was impossible. I think so. Let's see. Gabo here in the chat says we should make a donation campaign. We'll have qualifiers and fund a SAM team for Dallas and Valencia. I don't think we can. I mean, we can fund them, but not for Dallas and Valencia. I don't.
For Dallas, no, because the sign-up's already closed. For Valencia,
Yeah.
maybe not. It'd still be hard and not a guarantee as well because of their system of first come, first serve.
I think
So,
the only one we can is the one in Canada, right?
Montreal, yeah.
Yeah.
those are open for sure. But even if Valencia is open, which I'm not sure, it's still very hard to get an open spot because everyone wants in.
We got a fan here for Dex, and we need to hear more of Dex commentary. So
Oh my god.
there you go.
Thank you. I'm just here quietly listening. I had some questions for Renan and Thunder, but the problem is that these guys asked them before me, so
Go ahead.
Sorry.
I ran out. No, I already ran out of questions, but I like to ask really. We already say that we hope you get at least top 4. You're gonna have to play against PSG and Cloud9, but realistically, how far do you think you will get?
Top 4.
To be honest,
I think
Altar is the
good.
manager now. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, that's something I don't know if you know, guys, but Alter is your fan number 1.
He
Yeah,
is.
I love you guys.
He is.
I
That's
love
true.
you guys from the start of the season. I'd say
Before the start of the season,
Going
he
to
said you were
Worlds.
gonna get to the LCS.
Yes.
He always had
Yes.
faith on you.
Yes.
So we're gonna say that
Go.
he's your number 1 fan here.
from the start of the season, I said Card is playing amazingly. Renan changed the team as a whole. I think they are making land from planes. I said that, and
Yes.
you guys made
yes.
it. It's
yes.
insane.
Yes. That's true. That's true.
Xander, the third man as well, to
Yeah.
clutch it in.
Actually, you look at Altar's name, and he has a 3 and 0. That's
Well,
because
not right now. I have a 4 and a 2.
but that was because he was he was always saying that you will win 3-0. That's it. You know, like
Yeah, every match I said
every
3-0.
match.
Oh my god.
every like how's it gonna go? It's gonna be 3-0, 3-0, and that's why.
Every
That's why.
match I
Yeah,
said it.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding about it. I'm
That's
not
a
kidding.
real thing.
So you got a real.
I mean,
fangirl.
and I'm gonna say that again, like Cloud9 3-0. That's easy.
It's gonna be a 4-0, 4-0, 4-0. But anyway. I don't know, guys. How? Okay, so this is gonna be me asking Shadow and Omer. How do you feel? You know, now in front of the champs here. How do you feel they're gonna do? Because
Man,
you're maybe more unbiased than me on this.
you know, I have to be biased in front of the South American champions, and I have to say they're gonna take it all. You know, right?
Of course.
No, what I mean, realistically, I mean, if I'm gonna be brutally honest, I mean, realistically, the most likely path that the region would take would be a similar one to the Oceanic one, which would be like not win any series at all to begin with, but then take that experience and grow and start really becoming a high contender. I think the big difference here is that, I mean, honestly, I do think that overall as a region, South America has a better baseline because let's be real, Oceania is, well, not Chiefs anymore, now Renegades, and the second team is kind of
Icon.
like,
Yeah,
Eh,
Icon
yeah,
or
but-
Order.
but it always
they
feels a
won't-
bit wishy-washy. Like, I mean, they should have probably won a series on RLCS by now, but they still they always seem to struggle, right? And I think overall, both teams in South America are way more even in that sense. So if one wins, I see the other one winning too. And yeah, because of that, I think they can start surprising sooner as well. And also those extra events like DreamHack, like they'll have now, will just further fuel the growth that they'll have. So even if they don't win any series now, I think they'll become a top contender, just like Renegade specifically, like faster than Oceania as a whole. Did.
Hopefully, yeah. That's Omer.
Yeah, that's what I hope.
yeah.
Wait, you're gonna ask something? It's fine.
I don't know if Omer was gonna add something to that.
Well, I'm sitting here as someone who, cheers for Cloud9 as an organization.
Okay.
Wow. From the
Hold
South
it.
American
Hold it. We are on stream right now. Don't
So,
kill him, okay? Hold
What
it.
Almer is saying is that Loki will be first and Cloud9 will be second. It's fine, they'll both go through, guys.
Oh my god.
No, I mean, there's a lot of things I saw. Like one of the great things to hear you talk about today is how you guys changed your game plan coming into this week or into today, so that you would come a different way, right? You two combined to take almost twice as many shots today as you did yesterday. So you guys just even within the series, like it's great to see that kind of adjustments, and you're gonna have to make a lot of adjustments between the next month. And I do want to ask you kind of what your plan is, how you're going to approach that. Like, are you going to watch replays and things? But before I do that, like, my big thing, one of the things that concerned me watching the playoffs these last 2 days is there were a lot of situations where you're playing against defenses that kind of had one person hanging back, if not two people. And there was a lot of, like, it was slower. Like, I don't want to say slower because I feel like that's a disrespectful way to put it, but it just felt like it was more careful. I guess that's the word I can use. That, and the way, like, teams like Cloud9 play when they're playing at the best of their ability, it's, it's almost careless, right? Like, they're jumping at things, they can double commit, and they're good enough to not let it, like,
Works.
affect them, to not give up a goal. Yeah, it just somehow works. And if you slow it down and you watch it, and if you were taking that video and trying to teach a bunch of diamond level players, you'd be like, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. But then you watch them play and you're like, they can
Yes,
keep doing
that's
it.
all about
Yeah,
confidence.
that's true.
When you,
And,
it's
and
like
so that's
clutch
my
moments, even the defensive moments clutch. Card mix a lot of them. To be honest, both we three did clutch moments, and that's like important to keep the pressure and allow double commits to don't be a goal.
Yeah, and so those are the things that scare me. Like, I think the speed you're gonna see, and it's not just that, Cloud9 is faster, or who's the other team? PSG is faster. Like, I think it's just, I don't know if you guys have seen teams play at that skill and speed back
Yes.
to back to back. Because you're not just playing one series against them now. You have to play one, and no matter what happens, you know, an hour later, you're going to come back and play another one. And
When
so,
changed.
that's where that's where my concern comes. Do I think you guys can like play, you know, at their level, you know, in general? I think you guys aren't that far behind. However, my questions come about consistency. It comes about what's going to happen if, you know, Cloud9 wins the first game 4-0, 5-0. Like, how does that affect your confidence? Those are things you guys are going to, I think, have to work on. And so, you know, now, like, if you guys want to talk about, like, kind of what your plan is or what you're thinking about that, like, I would love to hear that insight.
I think we can match their speed, but not the consistency.
Yes.
Sometimes we play really fast, but we make mistakes because of that, and that's something they
Yes.
don't do.
We bet so
very
much. We make some bets when like two players lose, it's hard to keep the pressure and everything.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard. I still think you guys. I don't know. Maybe Rodium is the fastest team of the region, but you're really close. I think you guys play really fast. Card, I don't know why, but he always goes for flip resets. Always, he always wants a flip reset.
And it's
Yeah.
so hard to
I mean,
defend.
I think one thing they did show is like, yeah, let's say the speed is the same, but they really exposed the fault on Erodum, which is like their defense was really struggling. Like they were just, they basically whenever they were on the back foot and they were forced to defend, they just didn't communicate as well as Loki and even NTZ does, because they always sent two people to the ball on defense, pretty much consistently.
Yeah.
And yeah, the defensive rotation, especially for Loki, was just top notch. Especially there was like more than
That-
2 or
that's
3
the-
games where I just saw like where they scored like 1 goal and then they did like 10 saves, but it didn't matter because it wasn't even like super hard close saves. Or just like, yeah, we just know how to hold the rotation and just keep the defense up. And
Yeah, I
it
know-
was
I know
really
you
good.
guys-
We will be
I know you
working
guys-
hard. Like everyone being ready for one type of hit, to don't double commit, one in the goal, one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really good.
Yes.
It was like really solid throughout every single match, pretty much. Just
Yeah, I know you guys remember the. I believe it was the second game when Erodium was down 1-0, and they were going to score on the last second, and I don't know how Card just came out.
oh yeah,
Yes.
From-
it
from
was
the-
big bumping.
Yeah, that was. I was losing. I'm sorry to say, but I was losing my shit. Like that was insane. I can't believe how Card saved that upside down coming from the top of the goal. That was insane.
Maybe
But-
maybe
but-
he didn't even have boost. It was like just
I
getting
think-
out of nowhere.
but wasn't that the game where they literally scored on the first 10 seconds too? So they were pretty
Yes,
much.
yes.
So they literally, but that was like probably the closest save, right? But that just shows to my point where they like, if they want to, they really just they're just a wall on defense, because it took literally 5 minutes for Erodium, the considered favorites before this, right, to even get close to scoring a single goal after that. So
No,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Loki has a really good defense. It's been a topic all over the time that we have always said that Thunder is a wall. He's a wall. You know, Thunder, you're great in defense, but
Yeah,
then
to me,
Thank
the best in defense are Juan and Thunder.
but then when we look at when we were trying to figure out who's the MVP,
PJ is pretty good.
we saw how many saves Card had. You know, he had more saves than Thunder. So it's like Card is a defensive player, really good defensive player too. It was really impressive. And I have always said, you know, Card can in 2v1 situations and 2v2 situations, he's a really good defender. He, you know, like you can trust that he's gonna make the right call.
Yes.
He's not gonna stop everything because there's some impossible things, but he's consistently gonna make the right call. So I think you guys have a really strong defense. I'm not taking anything away from Henan. You know, you're the new guy here, so you're the new guy in the team. You're the new guy in the team. But
I know.
but since I'm talking about since La Química, right? We're talking about way before. So Thunder has always been, you know, that consistently defensive player and card when we used to have 2v2 tournaments in Rocket Street, weekly tournaments. I remember that card, will be in 2v1 situations. He's the only defender and he will still stop the ball. He will still avoid the goal. Unlike card, it's a beast. Card is it's something
His
way
strategy is
above
perfect.
everything else in South America. There's a few players that are at the level of card.
Card plays a lot of 1v1s.
It
and
shows. It
it's
shows.
top notch.
Yeah. So we got a few questions here. Gabo was saying that when he mentioned the funds, he was saying like we could open like a store or something and have clothing for the for the teams. And just raise some funding right there. I'm not that guy. He was asking. I think Henan was trying to answer the question about realistically how far you guys can get, and then we talked over you. So Renan, if you want to go over that, or if you don't want to go over that, that's fine too.
To be honest, in the group,
Yes.
I think we'll fight more with PSG,
Mhm.
but I don't know if can fight 1-1 for them. I think we just can make some plays and maybe take some games, but it's hard to tell.
So
I think
my question.
Int
Go ahead.
has
Tanner.
an easier group. I think they have an easier group.
Int has an easier group, but you wanted the money. Okay, that's fine. I see. That's why you
They
want.
just wanted
That's,
this
When we
challenge.
were
Yeah.
playing the finals, we were thinking if you want money or
or Nisi.
They want the challenge. They want
The
to
money
show
or-
how good South America is. It's
Okay,
fine.
I got a question for you guys.
Go ahead.
Because we have already talked how you will gonna do. We couldn't get people from INT right now to be here, but how do you think INT is gonna do in the World Championship?
I think they can beat Rogue and get past the group stage, but
You heard that, Kronovi?
Yes,
You're
they
going
can.
down. You're going down.
South America's climbing the mountain.
We got taller
Right,
mountains in
it's
South
fine.
America. Okay. Here we go.
I mean, PJ is the new mountain, okay?
Yep.
PJ was
PJ is so-
amazing.
He was amazing today. PJ
I
was
was-
insane.
To be honest,
today.
he's so lucky too, but he's so fucking lucky that it's a skill for him. No, first Rodium, I think they won one game doing 3 goals, all for 50s, 2 for magic, 1
Yeah.
for day.
Yeah, that was
We're
actually
screaming,
kinda
they're
nice.
so lucky, oh my god, what they're doing. Everyone too.
Skill,
Like-
no luck in Rocket
That's a
League,
skill,
only
yeah.
skill.
Yeah, skill of course. But
When we started the
PJ
broadcast, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No. You can say sorry.
When we started the broadcast today, like I was trying to fill in my casters on what happened, yesterday because they weren't there for the end because they had other things to do, and I was just like, yeah, PJ didn't play well, so I don't know what to expect. And then I watched PJ play, and I was like, no one's gonna believe PJ didn't play well. He's one of the best players out there, and it was just, I mean, Reppy had just some great touches, like all over the place. Like it was. This was the team we saw for the first 2 weeks of league play. I feel it just suddenly came back and played that well, and it was it was fun to watch. That's all I can say.
Yeah. One thing I want to ask you guys is I know that there's like a scrim Discord for top teams from all the regions. I don't know how it
Yeah.
works, but I want to ask you guys like how well do you know the other players going to RLCS? Because I know like Chicago maybe talked to you a bit before WSOE and things like that. So how well do you know those guys?
Not much. Only ranked.
Yes. Ranking
Uh,
and no.
We don't scream the top teams.
Ah, okay.
Yes. We never scream. We're
We never
pretty-
tried, but
Yeah, pretty new team too.
maybe we should try.
Yeah,
They
that
should
makes sense.
do us-
They will after they win the World Championship.
Okay.
So, I don't think we have much more questions, and you guys might be tired. So, if there's anything else, go ahead now and ask it right away. Or if you want to say
Yeah.
anything, Tander and Renan, you have the you can say anything too.
I
I
think
wanna
we-
thank Rocket Street and everyone involved. It was a really great season.
Awesome.
We owe everything we have for you guys. You know.
Nah, it's you guys. Like, we put on the organization. You put on the show. Without you, it will be impossible. Really.
Definitely. I said it before. I mean, we really appreciate that you guys stayed here and trusted that, had faith that one day we will have this. That one day, we would convince Psyonix about bringing the RLCS to South America. We've been working this really hard. I really, we've been doing this, like, we've been having like ups and downs since season 3, I think, where we had Oceania, go into RLCS. Was it? I think so, right?
Season 3. Yeah.
Okay,
Season 3.
so after that we thought, we might be able to make it. Like we thought we might have a really good chance, and they kept saying no. They kept saying, well, you're lacking this, you're lacking that, and I was, I'm telling you, as part of the team, I was really disappointed. I was casting, and I kept, being part of the team, but more for Rocket Street than for anything. My state of mind was, we can do something without RLCS. We can still do something big without it, and we did the LAN. We had the South American LAN, which wasn't just a Brazilian LAN. We had a whole South American LAN
Tournament.
Tournament. We had people from Argentina. We had LANs over there too, I think.
Yeah.
So we had.
He doesn't shoot him yet.
We had people from Chile. We had people from Argentina. We had people from Brazil being there. That was the biggest LAN we have seen in the continent, I think. In terms of countries playing there. So that was a big deal. But that was the moment that brought us, that brought the attention to us and said, hey, these guys in Rocket Street can do something big, so we can trust them with the RLCS. But you guys, you also put a show on that one, and you played really well. And I'm talking about the players in general. So that's why we were able to do what we did. So thank you guys, for staying here.
Thank you. Yeah.
Johnny Play says, who is the cutest player in Loki? You will be able to tell that yourself. You will be able to tell that yourself. You will make your own decision on that one when you see them live on the Rocket League RLCS stream. So I'm not gonna make them fight over that. Renan is the cutest, but no one cares. So that's Rocket Street have been huge for some. Yeah, it's been amazing. Anything else you guys want to add? If not, I'm gonna stop the stream right now.
Just congratulations. Like, I'm glad I get to say it to you guys. It's been wonderful watching. I've learned a lot about all the teams, but it's been truly a treat. Like, I'm just so utterly glad we got to broadcast Grand Series now, and especially the playoffs, because I think a lot of people, our chat had a lot of people hopping in, and they knew nothing about the teams, and so they were asking questions, and they were watching and learning. And unfortunately, we still had some people that would hop in and try to pretend like, oh, it's South America, they're not nearly as good as NA. So I do want you guys to succeed at LAN. I want you guys to prove to everyone that you guys aren't, just because you don't get to play in front of our audience doesn't mean you're not as good as the players that do. And
Yeah.
so
Make our best.
I hope Cloud9 still wins. Don't get me wrong, but
Mute.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Him right now.
if it's not
Got
them,
the stream.
Nah.
So
If
mean.
if it's not them,
Say
then I
again,
hope-
say again, say again.
No, this is it.
Yeah, you have to say right now, Loki's the best team in the world. They are gonna win RLCS.
There's
What's are your prediction for the group?
Look, I don't know how to predict anything past Cloud9 winning. Okay, beyond that, I hope it's you guys. I hope.
I mean, what you're trying to say is that
It's bad,
Cloud9
it's
can win to PSG, but of course Loki is gonna beat them all, right?
yeah.
That's what you mean.
Right.
Cloud9
Yeah.
can win, but only against PSG.
I'm just not gonna respond to that. That's all I'm.
Anyway.
Oh my god, dude.
Anyway.
I'm not one of those that's gonna lie to you and pretend to think. Yeah, I'm just gonna be honest because.
I respect
that's
that, but
the
you're
first
out.
way to be,
And
you know?
anyway.
All right, cool. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you for having me. Go Cloud9.
The thing is, we're always gonna have trolls and people, that say, well, you're not gonna make anything, and they probably were in the OCE streams and saying the same thing, and that's not a new thing. And we those guys, we don't care about those guys, we
No,
really
absolutely not.
we really care about the guys that went in and objectively said, well, they're playing good. I don't know if they're gonna win, but they are, they have a lot of talent. There were a lot of people saying that you could do well against other teams. We had the WSOE, we had Vault, Firefox, Noisy. None of them are teams, and they were having
of
some
them are
really
good.
fun matches over there. They didn't, in the end they didn't do so well, but they were not a team. So now that
Yeah,
you
I
guys,
actually remember, Chamaco, sorry. Now
Go
that
ahead.
you mention it, I watched their match against NRG that was off stream. They actually played really good. That
Yes.
they almost won like two
They
matches,
took
I
one
think.
game from G2 too.
Yeah, they played really well while not being a team. So now that we have really good teams going to the world stage, I think they can make it. And of course, Loki is my favorite team. 3-0 everyone, even Cloud9. It's gonna be easy.
Get fucked.
No, but like again, it's wonderful. Like that, I'm glad you guys get this opportunity, and I hope you guys make the most of it because
Yep.
it's been. I obviously, I'll admit to knowing next to nothing, right? I knew Kaio and Math were the two people that like I knew of coming into Grand Series. So
Yeah.
learning about you guys, seeing how you guys play as a team, and even right now talking to you guys, hearing your guys' answers to questions, how you're working at things, what you're thinking about things. It's great for me, and I think everybody that wasn't familiar with you before, that got to know you now, like just watching our Grand Series streams in English or the Portuguese streams or the Spanish streams, are like it's great for them. But now the entire world will get to meet you, and I'm good luck at that because I think no matter what, like you guys are representing so many people, and I think you guys are going to do a wonderful job of it. So just be proud of that, like that everything you get to accomplish
Thanks,
just by
bro.
going the lane.
Thanks.
We'll make our best.
you better.
Oh.
Okay, so you can follow Renan on Twitter as RenanRL_, right?
Yes.
And Thunder, how's yours?
Thunder 98, right?
Thunder_98.
98.
Yep, there you go. So you can follow them on Twitter, and make sure that you follow. Also, Renan has streams a lot, right? You've been streaming quite a few lately in Twitch, right?
Yes, the same user.
Okay.
Okay.
So you can check him out. He's gonna be talking in Portuguese. Just learn Portuguese. Okay, that's it. Don't ask him to speak English. Just learn Portuguese. So okay, Omer, Shadow, and everyone, Altered, Dex, and obviously the champs. Thanks for being here. Thanks for accepting this
Thanks.
invitation, and good luck on the next endeavors. I hope you guys study a lot, practice a lot, and just have fun. I want you to be top 4, but if you don't, then at least have fun. So that's it. Thank you. And this is it for now. We are not gonna do this anymore because my stream is actually in Spanish the whole time. I do this just because I have a guest. So anyway, see you guys. Bye.
Bye.